Hello friends. Today I'm going to be exposing my own drama because it's only fair. And this video is going to be a little bit different. You get to just sit back, relax, and listen to me tell real life stories of my own show of a life. And if you happen to be watching the video, like by your computer or your phone, there are some pretty embarrassing pictures I'm also going to be sharing from the first story. So you're welcome and enjoy. It's about to get real embarrassing for me. We're close, you guys. We're friends. This is gonna feel like a podcast vibe. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. I'm chilling and we're just gonna chit chat. I'm not even gonna look. I'm just winging it. All right. I'm gonna tell you about the one time in my life. Wait till I tell Matt that I'm telling you guys this story. Hey babe, I just want to give you a warning because people are probably going to judge you for staying with me. In my recent YouTube video, I told the Burger King story. Halloween Burger King story. Yeah.
Of all the stories to tell, that's the one you're sharing with the class? That's rough. Probably best to just forget that story.
The one time in my life where I got blackout drunk. For those of you who may not know what that means. Good for you if you don't. Blackout drunk is when you completely black out and the next day when you wake up, you don't remember anything from the night before. There were certain things I remembered and certain things I absolutely did not. Okay, let me paint the scene. The year is 2011 and it's Halloween weekend. And I'm young at that time, and I'm going out every single weekend at this point in my life to the same nightclub every Saturday night. Non-negotiable. That was my life back then, all right? However, on this particular Saturday night, when me and my friends are all gonna dress up and go out for Halloween, your girl got stuck on the afternoon shift at Tim Hortons. I had to work 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. because everyone booked it off before I did to go out for Halloween. But fear not, at that time, pre-gaming was a thing and we didn't go out until like 11:30 anyways because no one rolled up to nightclubs before midnight. You were like a loser if you did, which in my 30s is absolutely insane to think that I did that every weekend. You couldn't pay me to go out at 11:30 or midnight. Anyways, so I worked my shift and my friends were like, no worries, bring your costume, wear your makeup and everything to work. We'll meet you at Tim Hortons. We'll take some shots in the parking lot after your shift and we'll just take a taxi downtown straight from Tim Hortons. No problem. Except problem. You want to know where my biggest mistake was? I decided I was going to be a boxer. That was my costume. I was going to be a boxer. I had a black sports bra. I had shorts that kind of looked like they could be. They were actually Dancing with the Star shorts that I bought at their live show that my mom and I went to. Still have them to this day. And on the butt, it said Dancing with the Stars, but because I had one of those like house coats on, it covered it. Fun random fact. My friend gave me like a silk pink plain house coat and I used black like duct tape to make the word champ on the back of the house coat. And then I used like the chiropractor tape that they use. I've got some pink and I wrapped it around my knuckles to make it look like I was a fighter because I didn't want to wear boxing gloves all night because I have to hold a drink, obviously, and I have to take shots, obviously. So I did that. And then I wore boots. I have pictures, but I'm scared to look at them. I think I wore boots. And why I'm telling you about my costume is because that was where the first mistake came in. I don't recommend you do this. I actually recommend that you don't do this, but this was my very toxic way of thinking at that point in my life. Because I was working all day and I had chosen to wear a sports bra and mini shorts out in public, I was like, well, I want to have a flat stomach tonight. I want to look good. I don't want to be bloated. So I'm not going to eat before drinking a bunch of liquor. That was my logic, because that was my priority at that time. Very unhealthy, very toxic. Don't do that. If you're going to drink alcohol, please eat some food. It'll save your life. So 8 hours of my shift, I didn't eat a bite. When I tell you I didn't eat a bite, I mean it. I had some drinks along the way. I was probably drinking coffee to prepare myself for the night out, but not a bite of food because I wanted my flat stomach apparently. Take some shots in the parking lot. We head downtown. We're at the nightclub. We're regulars at this nightclub. All the bartenders are like our friends. Absolute show. It took a turn very fast because we got there late, so we kind of felt behind, which meant we were just chugging alcohol. And when I mean chugging alcohol, I'm not exaggerating. The bartenders also dressed up in costumes, and at one point, one of them was like a Chippendales, so he's in the pictures with me. We'll take a look at them in a second. At one point, his job of the night was to stand up on top of the bar with a bottle of Grey Goose and walk around pouring it down people's throats. Guess who people was? Me. Oh my God, please. I'm up at that bar, probably 8 shots in already, like this, as he is pouring a Grey Goose bottle down the hatch. Yeah. Let's take a look at pictures before I continue so you guys can get a real vibe here. Let's look at these together, you guys, all right? Well, it's blurry. I look very happy in the blurry picture, but if that doesn't describe the night, blurry and chaotic, that's the night. That is one of the bartenders. His name is Alec. There's my costume, my purse on the bar. What a cute, innocent photo. That must have been before I physically died. I have no idea who that person is. The other people are my friends, but the referee is not a friend. That's a stranger in the club. I respect the commitment of the costume. Oh, Jocelyn, she's just looking so happy. That's the guy. I don't even want to say, I'll say his first name because I'm not going to expose people. His name is Josh. That was the Chippendale Grey Goose bottle dude that worked there. Yeah, nice guy. Yeah. There's that. You can see around my hand the little chiropractor tape because I thought I was just so clever with my costume. Are we holding hands? What are we doing? I think that's weird. I don't even know what's happening here. I truly don't. It looks like he's grabbing my hand in the middle of a conversation. I'm not sure. I can't even tell you. I don't even know if my friend's good. But there's that. Next, oh, here you get a little bit of a shot of how I spelt champ with tape on the back of my friend's house coat. I feel like this is pretty legit for a costume, like for doing it completely free. I didn't spend a dime. I borrowed everything. Even the chiropractor tape I borrowed from someone. Next, yes, we are posing. I feel like you can see it in my face in these photos the more I'm gone. Here's one. I am feeling fine at this point in time. Oh, I'm feeling real fine. I'm having a blast, which makes me happy when I look back before I blacked out. I was having a good time. Girl was happy and thriving and committed to the Halloween theme. Yeah. Young Joss. That is someone I went to high school with. You know, why couldn't I? She looked so hot that night too. She was in like little mini shorts and a tank top and wore like a SWAT hat. And she's like, I work on the SWAT team. How simple and clever. Still think mine's better though. Just saying. I don't even know where we are. That has to be in the bar. Blurry. Ooh. We didn't have iPhones back in the day. I don't even know how we got these pictures. Probably a digital camera. Fun fact, that is my ex-boyfriend in the morph suit. We all were friends and worked together. I dated him before the fact of this night. We dated for like 6 months. It wasn't like this riveting relationship. We dated for 6 months and remained friends afterwards because it was just like, nah. Yeah. Anyways, fun fact though. Oh my gosh, the bananas in pajamas. If you guys remember that show, we found these random people who were dressed up as them outside the nightclub, and we were so pumped to take a picture with them. I remember that. And do you want to know why I remember that? Because it was before I went in the nightclub. This picture is from before I got in there and was quite literally chugging vodka. Oh, that was probably the cab ride there or back. I really wouldn't know. Maybe back because it's blurry. Now that we left off on the blurry cab ride home picture, that's quite literally what happened, but I got so blackout in the club, right? We walked to Burger King after the nightclub and we go into the bathroom. Girl's not feeling too good, okay? What I'm about to tell you, I'm gonna need you to commit to no judgment, and you are not allowed to unsubscribe once you hear this story, okay? Because it's not a proud moment. I'm wildly embarrassed by it, and Matt will be shocked that I'm telling this on the internet because it's absolutely disgusting. I'm not feeling good. Go into the bathroom. Girl is getting sick in the toilet. I'm on my hands and my knees, praying for my life, getting sick. My friend's trying to help me out, right? Yeah. I keep saying, I need some water. And she says, I'm gonna go get you some water. She goes and leaves to get me some water, apparently. But apparently I didn't want to wait. So when she comes back into the bathroom stall to give me said water, I'm scooping up water like this from the toilet, drinking it. Megan, no! Look away! Oh! Because I couldn't wait for the water, or didn't even know she was getting me water because I'm so gone in my head. Which would have been disgusting enough if I was just drinking Burger King public bathroom toilet water, correct? Yeah, I didn't flush the toilet. Ew. I didn't flush the toilet. Oh, my eyes! My eyes! I was, in fact, scooping up my own vomit and drinking it. My friend who witnessed this, bless her soul, I don't even know how she stayed friends with me after that, was mortified when she came back in, had water in her hand to give me, was freaking out. She was probably laughing and she was trying to, I remember she said she took pictures. Never seen them in my life, thank God. So that happened. I had no recollection of that. None, not a dime the next day. Okay, that happens. Burger King happens, whatever. I have to go home after this. So my best friend is close with my family. She texts my sister as we're in the cab to give her a heads up because my father was sleeping at that time and I was staying there because she was staying at my childhood home and she was home because she lived away. So because she was staying there, I wanted to sleep there, whatever. My friend texts my sister to warn her of my condition and say, like, we need backup. Like, you have to physically carry your sister in because she can't even stand. I have no recollection in my memory of a cab ride home, of any of this happening. Apparently, my sister has told me she came out to the cab, quite literally physically carried me up to the front of the house where I vomited in my father's garden. No memory of this. Don't know if he ever found out about that. She had to carry me upstairs, change me out of my costume into pajamas, and push me into bed. I had work the next morning. Actually, it was the next afternoon. I had work again at 3 p.m. for the afternoon shift. I woke up the next day, and I remember this point forward, waking up. I have never felt like that in my entire life. I felt like I was dying. I woke up and I didn't know where I was. I woke up and I was like, what? Like, last thing I knew, I was at the nightclub having a good time. Now I'm in my room. I'm profusely sweating. I'm on my deathbed. And I'm in clothes. And I have no idea how I got there. None. No idea. And I can't move. I'm a wreck. My sister comes in. She starts filling me in. She's like, girl, how are you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. I had bruises all over my knees. And I'm pretty sure I have a picture of this, you guys. And I will show you, because I went to work that afternoon and I was down bad. In the picture, I'm pretty sure I'm in my Tim Hortons work uniform. My knees were dirty. There was dirt, a wreck. And I had no idea where they came from. Later to find out that it was from being on my knees in the Burger King bathroom stall. That's where all the bruising came from. And I went to work, died, and luckily it was really slow that night. So my boss let me out, I think like at 6 p.m. and I was supposed to work 3 to 9. So I only worked like 3 hours that day. But that is the one time in my life, and I've had a lot of like too drunk moments, puking. Like I do have a few other stories, but that was the one time in my life where I was trying so hard to remember what these people were telling me, and I couldn't. Like I couldn't remember. It blacked out. It's such a weird feeling to me. Like blacking out is bizarre. Have you guys ever blacked out in your whole life? Because what a weird thing when people are telling you like, Joss, this is what you did, and you're sitting there being like, I have no memory of this. Like, what do you mean? It's a bizarre feeling. Don't recommend. Definitely not worth it, even though girl was having a good time. I learned my lesson very much. And I have always said that I would take that story to the grave. And here I am. Like, literally, I haven't told. Like, only the selective few know that story, you guys. No wonder my immune system is absolute. You guys wonder why I'm sick all the time. Probably because I poisoned myself back in 2011 and my body still hates me for it. And that is the time that I blacked out. The one time in my life, and I hope that never happens to me again. I won't allow it to. I don't even drink alcohol anymore. Quite literally. I'm sober from alcohol. I have been for months for health issues. Now I'm going to tell a quick story of the most awkward date I went on. And I won't give names in case, bless him, in case he sees it. It's honestly not even his fault. It was just like a really unintentional, awkward moment. Okay? I was talking to this guy, whatever, already knew him, friend of a friend, whatever. And he invited me. He's like, why don't you come over and hang out? And I'm young. I don't even know how old I am at this time. 18, maybe. So like he lived at home. I moved out at 17. He lived with his parents. So he was like, why don't you come over? We can watch a movie or something. So my friend drops me off, and respectfully, he just doesn't live in a very nice or safe area in my hometown. And I don't judge. Didn't faze me. So I'm like, all right, that's all right. I go into the house. It's disheveled, I'll say. And it's just going to paint the picture of the awkwardness of the day, of the environment that we were in. So he's like, yeah, we can go up to my room and watch a movie. Not what you think. Don't panic. Do not judge. So anyways, he takes me up like the staircase to go upstairs. But then he opens the door to another staircase that's not a staircase. It's like almost like a ladder. And I realized that we're going into the attic. And had I not known him, I definitely would have thought, oh, serial killer. Oh, your bedroom's in the attic. Like, no, you're just gonna bring me up there, lock it, and I'm going to be your prisoner. However, I knew him, my friend knew his family, trustworthy people. But his room is in the attic, I guess. So I'm climbing up this ladder on a first date up into his bedroom, and I get into this tiny, I'm talking tiny, closet size room, and there's like a mini TV right here, and the mattress is just like a single mattress on the floor, and like a little shelf next, and then there's the door. Tiny. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, sure. He's like, do you want to watch a movie? And I'm like, I guess. So we're crammed like this on this tiny single mattress on the floor watching a movie. And it's just awkward. I'm not feeling like into it or comfortable or whatever. And we sit there in like almost awkward silence. I don't know what to say. I'm not really vibing. And then at one point, he's like, I'm gonna go get us some snacks. Like, are you hungry? And I was like, I'm actually starving. That would be great. So he opens the door and goes down, and I hear him saying to his dad that he's gonna grab some snacks. And his dad starts yelling at him and is like, no, you and your friend are not allowed snacks or something. So I was like, like, I'm starving, but okay. And then I feel bad for him because now he has to come up here and tell me that he has no snacks. And like, how do you explain that? He didn't know that I heard his dad yelling at him. Anyways, comes back up, no snacks. I start trying to suggest, like, why don't we go for a walk? Why don't we go do something else? Like, my body is cramping on this one tiny little mattress. And I'm starving. Like, why don't we go somewhere? Go to a Tim Hortons. I'll buy a friggin' 90-cent donut at this point. I'm starving. No, he wants to watch another movie. And I don't know what to say at this point. I'm awkward. So it's getting to a point where my head is pounding. I'm there for 4 hours at this point. We're probably 2 movies deep. I'm trying to be nice. I'm texting my friend, like, slyly, trying to hide it. And I'm like, you need to call me with a fake emergency and you need to come get me. I'm starving. And she's like, Jocelyn, just ask him for a snack or something. And I'm like, you don't understand. It's not an option. It's just not an option. Whatever the reason was, in that household, maybe they didn't even have snacks, or they couldn't afford it. I don't know. But I'm like, it's not an option. I cannot get a snack. And it was so awkward. So my friend, real one, still one of my best friends to this day, calls me with a fake emergency. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to go. And I tell her, I'm like, you need to bring me food. I felt like I was going to faint. Probably my own fault because I didn't eat before the date, but I thought we were gonna go and like get food or something. So, and my friend was like, it's a perfect excuse. If you guys don't have a plan, like, you guys can go for a walk and go grab food. Yeah. So my friend comes, I make up this whole thing. We have a full fake phone call. I politely say, I have to go, give each other a hug. I leave. This girl came from family dinner and had a Tupperware of heated up leftovers of dinner with a plastic fork. And I ate it on the way home. And I was so hungry. And it was the best moment of my life. Because I was like, I'm going to die up here. This is it. I will be in this attic with him on his single bed mattress on the floor. And I'm going to wither away and faint and be unconscious in this household. And no one will know. No one will know. My friend could come into that house, go upstairs, look at the first bedroom, not knowing I'm actually up the ladder and in the attic. It was just very, bless him, a really sweet guy. We went on a movie date after that. We went to see a movie. We saw Easy A. I tried. It just wasn't there for me. But bless him. He was very sweet and respectful. I just felt really bad. Anyways, another awkward date for me. If you guys want to hear more of my stories, I get your comments a lot of Jaws. We want to hear your stories, but it's too much to type in the comments, you know? So I feel like some of these videos might be fun once in a while, or I can spill the tea anonymously, like with fake names and stuff. Anyways, let me know what you think. Don't judge me too much. And if you do, then I guess you're not my people because, hey, Matt knew that story and he still stayed with me. So he probably doubts this relationship because of that. I remember when I first told him about the Halloween night story, he was like, oh my God, like I've kissed you. Ugh. I wouldn't kiss me either, to be honest. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and don't get blackout. Don't get blackout. And eat before you go on a date. Okay, bye.